Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Bliss by Muse. As always, this song comes as a request from you guys, my listeners, my viewers, whatever you want to call yourselves. So if you want to request something, just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to get to it. So honestly, I thought I had already done this song. But I was like, surely I've done this song before. It came up on, I have a list of like 1,000 songs that you guys have requested, and I always just hit the random button, and it just gives me a song to listen to, you know? Anyway, I thought I had already done this song, and I was like, surely I've done this one before, and so I typed it into my channel search bar, and sure enough, I have it. So I'm like, okay, well, I think maybe I thought I had done it, just because it is a pretty popular request from this band. That I was just maybe thinking like, oh, for sure I've done this one before. But no, apparently I haven't done it. And I know for sure I haven't really ever listened to Muse until I started my channel. So there's pretty much no way I've heard it outside of right here sitting in front of my computer. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. But at this point I have heard quite a few songs from Muse. And I gotta say, I like a lot of what they do. To me, Matt Bellamy is just like a musical prodigy, man. Dude can sing, he can play guitar, he can play piano. He can just, he is like, to me, he's the big draw for Muse. It's like, I'm not going to listen to Muse without Matt Bellamy. Just so much of what he does, I think, really makes Muse come alive. So, really excited to hear this one. I hope it really holds up with a lot of what I've come to expect from this band. And, well, without further ado, let's get to it. This is, again, Bliss by Muse. Let's enjoy. And again, that's probably Matt Bellamy on piano, right? It's beautiful. I like that.
Everything about you is how I'd wanna be. Your freedom comes naturally. Everything about you resonates happiness. Now I won't settle for less. Everything about you pains my envy. Your soul can't hate anything. Everything about you is so easy to love. They're watching you from above. Give me
I love that. Very spacey. I don't know if this is intentional, but I associate a lot of Muse's songs with space. You know, being like space theme or giving me that vibe of space. This one definitely did that, especially with that synthesizer, that piano. Really made me feel like this is outer space. You know, I don't know how to describe it, but really gave me those spacey tunes, and I definitely really liked this one. I thought it was genius. That opening guitar, not guitar, sorry. That opening piano, I want to hear it again because... Right. So what I thought was just genius was kind of bringing this beautiful, beautiful sounding piano. But then when you get into the song, it becomes that same rhythm, but with the synthesizer. Sorry, I don't know if you guys... I talked louder because I don't know if you guys can hear me over the music. But basically, I love that opening piano. It's beautiful, beautiful melody. But then they continue that throughout the song, but sort of distort it with that synthesizer, you know? I can't help... I said it right when the song started, like, wow, this piano is just so beautiful. And I like that they kept that throughout the song, but made it more, again, spacey and, like, synthy, and I really liked that. And then at the very end, they brought it back with that piano melody, just beautiful. I thought that was such a genius move. And again, really speaks to just how I feel about Matt Bellamy and his musical chops. I thought that was absolutely genius. Like I said, genius. Very well timed, very well executed there. So anyway, let's break the song down like we always do, of course, starting with the lyrics. Let me take my headphones off so I don't get all that weird, like, padded echo or whatever. All right, anyway. So apparently this song is about someone who loves somebody so bad that love becomes envying, a similar meaning to the Creep song by Radiohead, as a single Bliss has two B-sides, The Gallery, which is instrumental, and Hypochondriac Music, a calmer and slower version of hyper music. So I've been suggested both of those songs here on the channel, Hypochondriac Music and Hyper Music. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's like a suite where they kind of combine those two that a lot of people have asked me to listen to. So definitely need to get to that one at some point. Apparently some information from the artist as well. This is probably the most positive track, the most truly embracing song. It's almost in awe of the situation I've been given, because it's a state of mind where you give out everything you have without any need for return. It's also a song aimed towards someone's youth, someone who hasn't been exposed to stuff yet. That's it. Coming from Matt Bellamy. Okay, just real quick, I want to take a look at the songs I've listened to so far off this album. I've heard Newborn, now I've heard Bliss, I've heard Space Dementia, I've heard Plug-In Baby, which I actually really like a lot. I've heard Citizen Erased. I've heard Feeling Good on my own, not part of the channel. So, I've heard a good amount of music from this one, and I like a good amount of music from this one. Anyway, just wanted to check in on that real quick. I definitely caught that, like, there was that envy. I mean, it's very clear in the lyrics. One thing I couldn't help but think of was actually Black Sabbath's Paranoid. I did that song the other day, and, it's a song I've listened to for years and years and years now. It wasn't a true reaction. It was, it was a review. But just that last line, like... for some reason I'm blanking on what the line actually says, but I tell you to enjoy life because for me it's too late. To me, this is like an extension of that. It's like, I don't enjoy life, and when I see you enjoy it, I wish I could, like, take that for myself. That's how I really read into this one. So let's take a look at it. It says, everything about you is how I'd want to be. Your freedom comes naturally. Everything about you resonates happiness. Now I won't settle for less. So at first, with that very first line, I thought, okay, is this like celebrity worship or something like that, right? Everything about you is how I'd want to be. But then as they talk about, like, your freedom comes naturally, everything about you resonates happiness, I pictured it, again, more as, like I said, an extension of that sort of Black Sabbath Paranoid, where it's like, I can't enjoy life, so you should. But then this person saying, like, you enjoy life, I wish I could, like, have that same feeling, So yeah, Give me all the peace and joy in your mind. Everything about you pains me, envying. Your soul can't hate anything. Everything about you is so easy to love. They're watching you from above. To me, that last part, they're watching you from above, what I read into that as being is like, you're so perfect that even like the angels are looking down and like envying how great you are. That's kind of how I read that one. Give me all the peace and joy in your mind. I want the peace and joy in your mind. Give me the peace and joy in your mind. Everything about you resonates happiness. Now I won't settle for less. And I wonder what he means by that part. Now I won't settle for less. As in like, I will not settle for seeing you anything but happy, or like seeing how happy you are and just how much you enjoy life. I'm not going to settle for anything less in my life. I want to see what the people who put together these genius lyrics think. Let's see. Matt has set the standard too high and will not go for anything less. This has scarred his romantic life. I didn't really read into that. Again, people on Genius don't always get it right. You know, it is commenters, it is people from their website. It's not quite always verified with the artist. But yeah, that's not quite how I read into it. So, give me all the peace and joy in your mind. I want the peace and joy in your mind. Give me all the peace and joy in your mind. Yeah. And it makes sense why this song's called Bliss, right? That sort of feeling of peace, joy, happiness, that bliss, you know, I think that really works for me. So, lyrically, I thought it was very interesting, really gave me a lot to think about, and I think it was just interesting. Like, is this just a person who's just so perfect that you sort of envy them? Or is it more that you envy that sort of feeling of happiness and joy that they have, that you're not able to kind of capture that for yourself, you know? So yeah, I think there's a lot to think about here lyrically. I feel like with Muse a lot, some of their lyrics are open to interpretation. I feel like this one might not be any different than that, but you know, I enjoyed it. I give it 2 thumbs up lyrically for sure. I think where this song really grabs me is instrumentally. Of course, it says written by Matt Bellamy. It doesn't tell me who did all the other instruments. I assume Matt on guitar, on piano, synthesizer, everything like that. But there was really a lot to enjoy here. Like I said, I thought it was just absolutely genius how they started with that beautiful piano melody, and then that transition into that synthesizer that you got really throughout the song. I don't know if that's 2 different things or if that's just like a setting that you do on your synthesizer. You know, I don't play instruments. I really don't know that much about the technicality of it. I just love how it sounded, with that beautiful piano melody, and they kept that same melody, that same sort of style throughout the song, but with that synthesizer, which totally gave it like a different meaning. Because at the beginning I was like, this is beautiful, but then throughout I was like, wow, this is cool. You know, it's very spacey. And like I said, for some reason, Muse is just a band that I really associate in my brain, like they're compartmentalized with outer space. I don't understand if that's intentional from them or if that's just the way I read into it. I don't know if anyone else feels that same way. But I really enjoyed that sound, and then you get that really good guitar work. There was a lot of really cool, just kind of rock guitar to it. I think the bass work was good, the drumming was good, just overall a fun song to listen to. I like the different movements they give you, the different transitions they give you throughout the song, and like I said, I love how they bring that piano melody back just slightly there at the end. So that was really enjoyable, and of course Matt Bellamy can sing. We know this. Dude has a great voice. I really like what he brings to the songs vocally, and I've said before, like, it's hard for me to listen to very many Muse songs without Matt Bellamy on vocals. There's a couple songs here and there that I think I've heard from them where I'm like, okay, it still sounds good without him really doing the most on vocals, but regardless, man, I just love his singing voice. I think he really brings a lot to the table here. I mean, vocally, instrumentally, dude does it all right, so yeah, I give it 2 big thumbs up there. I thought it was really enjoyable. And then as far as replay value goes, you know, I think this one's going to go on the playlist. I've really enjoyed listening to this one. I can see myself listening to it over and over again. Again, that piano melody is just so haunting, so beautiful that it just grabs you right away. And then I think it's just so genius how they keep that throughout the song. Such a smart, like, music making moment. And again, it doesn't have to be. As someone who doesn't play instruments, I don't know how complex that is. I don't know how typical that is. You know, I just know that it sounds good, and I just think it's a really smart move for the listener to just really get the most out of their experience. So yeah, replay value super up there. I give it 2 thumbs up. Just a fun song. I liked it. It was a good one. This band continues to surprise me with just, you know, how much I like some of their music. So yeah, good request. Thank you so much for whoever requested it. As always, if you want to be that person and request a song, just leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to add it to my list. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, of course, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you should be able to find this song and plenty more Muse at this point is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It's in the description below, and it has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. Of course, if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. Alright guys, that's going to be it. Hope to see you all in the next one. Bye for now.